following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to New Hampshire for the running of the Lakes Region 200 for the 16th race of the Turkey Hill Series. We are ready to get rolling here for an interesting 40-lap race. Trey Wright will start on the pole position alongside Jamie Lee, and I'm alongside a few co-commentators here, Nathan Stapleton and John Arndt. Any input for you guys before we get kicked off with this one?
Could be an interesting race because we don't really have that much experience racing here at New Hampshire just in general. This is the first time ever being here, and these Turkey Hill drivers, they're just as rookies here as we are. This is the first time we've ever seen a race here in the Turkey Hill Series and on Napa.
That's going to be interesting to see because such a narrow lane really wants to be at New Hampshire. There's a middle, a bottom, and a top. Top is not really want to be, the bottom is meh. You want to be right in the middle of the track, and sometimes to one area and chaos happens, so we just have to wait and see what happens.
And as the cars roll off here, we're going to reveal to you your top 10 on the starting grid as the rest of your field rolls across your screen. The 39 of Trey Wright will start on the pole position alongside Jamie Lee. On row number 2, Casey Hoffman alongside Colton Go in the 98. On row number 3, we have Ryan Kendall in that 97 machine alongside Sebastian Kukulon. On row number 4, we have Matt Tuck alongside the 44 of Nathan Pierre. And then on row number 5, we have Justin Zaja alongside Adam Lewis. That is your top 10 here to start at New Hampshire for this 40-lap duel with all these drivers. And we're checking to make sure everyone is good to go, and we are good to go. So, pace car, make it slow, but also a very jerky left-hand turn onto pit road. And we're going to see that very important ethanol green flag for the first time today. Pace car drops off. We're ready to get rolling here at New Hampshire at the Magic Mile.
Let's go racing at the Magic Mile, boys.
And as Trey Wright rounds turn number 4, he will take and hold the lead here for the first lap of the Lakes Region 200. Casey Hoffman side by side with Lee for the second position. That won't last long though, as the 97 will pounce for the third position. As we are under caution for the first time today, we had a little bit of trouble there on lap number 1 with Carter Friesen, and he's got some rear end damage on that race machine. 14 as well was involved with Ashlyn Boyd. And they're racing back to the line possibly here. Hopefully we have no trouble here, as some cars are really close on the racetrack. And Lewis getting a little out of shape after the yellow is called. But Trey Wright holds the race lead at the moment. We're going to go back to, and we're going to check for a moment to make sure that they are not coming down pit road, that they are going to wait a little while, or someone will pull the strategy card. We're going to wait to see.
I feel like it's too early for them to go down pit road for today's race. Still a long time to go.
Yeah, in this 40-lap event, most of the drivers will stay out. Probably the ones with damage will come down pit road. And we're going to see what happened to those race cars that got damaged and what happened to bring out our first yellow of the day here at New Hampshire. Well, here you have it. 3 wide racing on the 1 mile track. Not going to work out here for too long. The 88 gets clipped here, and you see a little bit of trouble in front of them, but that's not what brings out the caution. The 88 Carter Friesen gets clipped here by the 2 of Micah Knapp, and he goes around on the front straightaway with Ashlyn Boyd in the 14, and the 2 gets heavy damage. So does the 23, almost goes over. Yeah, Daytona winner there in the 23 machine in that blue and white paint scheme. Some hard contact there on lap number 1 coming to the beginning of lap number 2. We'll get the leaders racked up and ready here to get going as we will see our first restart of the day. And tough situation for Friesen and Boyd there on the start, along with Christian Master, our Daytona winner.
As we see coming off of turn 4, a little bit of chaos as we see the 88 of Carter Friesen, Christian Master, and a lot of cars going up airborne. At least they stayed 4 wheels on the ground, or to the ground, not on the ground though. And a couple cars damaged, but I don't think a lot of them will be out, just damage to race cars. We'll have to see once we hit down to the restart as we see Trey Wright meaning the field back to the green.
Welcome back here to New Hampshire, and as the pace car turns its lights off, we are ready to go back green here at New Hampshire. Not too far into this race, but we're going to be restarting here on lap number 7, it looks like. And on the top spot right now is Trey Wright in the 39 machine. Casey Hoffman will be second. Jamie Lee in third. 97 of Ryan Kendall will be fourth. Matt Tuck in that 28 machine is fifth. Sebastian Kukulon, Colton Yo, Justin Zygel, Yin Canario in the 22. And the 7 of Cameron Gaju is going to round out your top 10 as the pace car is off the track. And we are ready to go back green flag racing at New Hampshire.
I don't think Trey Wright got a good start on that restart because Casey Hoffman tried to jump and Jamie Lee is trying to regain the second place position and maybe even go for the first place position because Jamie got such a great start right there.
Yes, he did, but Trey Wright getting very comfortable with his race lead here as he fires down the back straightaway and into turn 3, holding a pretty comfortable car length lead right now. And we're hoping to stay green here as the cars are all over the place on this racetrack.
Cars are very loose here today. Will be interesting to see how they do later as the tire wear moves into place. Hopefully they'll be able to tighten up and not have as much issues later on.
Yeah, and that very important pit stop will be coming up sometime in this race as nobody did pit under that first yellow. Trey Wright leads at the moment. Lee trying to defend that second position from Kendall, but he looks like he wants it as he's been peeking to the inside here down the front.
Kendall actually got a little bit loose on trying to attack and gets loose, allowing Casey Hoffman to get a little bit of a nose on the inside, and we have a caution out.
Yeah, and that's the 51 of Jordan Lopez and the 3 of Noah Clifton around in the back of the field, where it could have been anywhere in the field, but they are around, and that brings out the second caution of the day. And we're going to stay here for a moment to see if they do come down pit road. As we are now a decent 10 laps into this one, a fourth of the way into this race. And we're hoping that it's not going to be a wreck fest, but there have been 2 cautions already in this one. As Wright remains your race leader as he defended the lead from Jamie Lee and Hoffman and the 97 of Kendall. As we're going to wait here to see if they come to pit road.
We did get a good amount of laps in.
And it looks like the 42 could possibly be peaking to pit road. And he is, and many others like Canario in the 22, Tuck in the 28 coming to pit road. You have Beard, Zygel, Lewis, and a lot of takers here from about 5th on back. And that will be interesting here as the leaders stayed out. And that will shape up how the field will look after the leaders do come into pit road for their pit stop, as Sebastian Kukulon getting his tires and fuel that he needs for the finish of this one, as many other competitors around him doing the same.
Now, I don't know if they can make it from here, but if they can, then this is one heck of a strategy. But who knows? Paused fuel strategy races before in real life, we could see it happen here today.
And Kukulon fires off the pit lane, and it will be interesting to see if those guys who did pit and come in are going to be able to make it on fuel, and if they can, what is the situation for the 39 and the 11 and how they'll deal with that. We're going to find out, or actually look back on what caused this caution, and then we'll get fired off for our second restart of the day. All right, and our two cars that were involved in this caution, they simply just got together in that higher line as the 51 washed up the track. He was in a line that he wanted, and the 3 was in his way. So as they both washed up the track, the 51 of Lopez is going to slam the door of the 3 of Clifton, and that's just going to squeeze the 3 up into the wall and is going to turn the 51 around here onto the front straightaway. He does a very slow and gradual spin, as the 8 kind of helps out there. Nick Smith, who's running second in points, and a couple of Flex Seal cars rolling by this wreck as well. As it is a simple 2-car crash with Nick Smith kind of helping out there. And pit stops for the back half of the field is going to shape out the rest of this one. And we're going to see what happens with Trey Wright and the rest. But we're going to replay the wreck in full time, and then we'll get to the restart.
The 51 just washed up the track and into the 3. Nowhere to go into the outside wall. They tried saving it, but couldn't, and the 8 kind of sealed it. The 51. It could have been a lot worse, but luckily it was just a 2-car spin.
Welcome back here to New Hampshire, as we are going to get rolling here for our second restart of the day. Trey Wright continues to lead from the top spot. Jamie Lee is in second at the moment. Ryan Kendall remains in third. Casey Hoffman and Colton Yo rounds out your top 5. And you have Cameron Ganju, Sebastian Kukla on the first one off the pit road on that cycle of pit stops under caution. Ian Canario, Matt Tuck, and I believe Adam Lewis rounds out your top 10. And going back up to the front of the field here, Trey Wright is going to try to defend his lead one more time, and possibly has many more times to go, as the green flag will be back out here for Trey Wright at New Hampshire.
Jamie Lee got another impressive start with Ryan Kendall right on the inside. Ryan Kendall is going to do what Jamie Lee tried to do. Well, they're possibly going to go 3 wide for the lead, and they keep it together. Jamie Lee seems to be the biggest loser out of that at the moment, as Casey Hoffman is trying to hold on to inside and is trying to take the lead as they push Trey Wright to the outside.
Yeah. And the 33 of Casey Hoffman battling side by side with Wright for the race lead, as there are a lot of cars up front here. Jamie Lee, as we said, was the biggest loser on that restart. Hit the wall coming out of turn 2. But Hoffman is now the commander of the field out front. Wright is going to fall back as 97 of Ryan Kendall, try to take over the second position from Wright. As a bunch of cars all over the racetrack here. We could see some contact and see more yellows if they keep getting that close off of the turns. As Sebastian Kukulon.
Kukulon, who actually got on the pit road, is trying to command his way to the front as the caution is out. That might have been a saving grace right there.
Yeah, and it looks like the 62 of Matt Hamill possibly that went around to cause our third caution of the day. And racing back to the line, Hoffman able to get around Wright on the restart, and he will have the lead at the time of yellow. And we'll have to see, though, if those cars that did not pit the last time are going to pit this time under caution.
Going to have to get it singled out, though.
Absolutely. And what a tough break for Jamie Lee as well. Restarted second, falls back to 9th. But props to the 42 of Sebastian Kukulon. He clawed his way to 3rd place. As we're going to see how the pit strategy works out here. Who's going to come to pit road, possibly. And it looks like Everybody could
Everyone.
be coming.
I don't agree with this decision from Kukulon. Should have stayed out. He has the track position and the newer tires.
Maybe they realize how important these tires are and they're coming to pit road here. Everybody is going to get some fresh Goodyears here and some cans of Sunoco fuel, as Hoffman and many others will come to the pit lane here and into their pit stalls to receive service. And Kukulon maybe pulling the strategy card, as maybe that's what he wanted, as he probably only got fuel and he bolted off a pit road as Hoffman, having a long pit stop, or possibly got more tires and fuel than the rest of the field. And a big shuffle in the order here, as Kukulon will come out with the race lead. And we're going to see what happened to bring out our third yellow of the day. And then we will get the field sorted out and ready for our third restart of the day at the halfway point. And here's the replay of the crash. And actually the 6 got slammed in the outside wall, which led to the 0. Nicholas Wade dumping Hamill down the front straightaway to bring out our third caution of the day. And Wade has won a race already this season. And a little bit of aggression out of the 0 as he kind of spun him down the front straightaway and took the time to do it. And we're going to get the field racked up here, as the 42, Kukulon, will be your race leader when we get back rolling. And we are back here at New Hampshire once again. We're going to come to the third restart of the day. Kukulon was the winner off the pit lane, picking the strategy card by coming in the first time, the last caution to get tires, and now only got fuel. As Matt Tuck did a little bit of the same thing, starting second. You have the 25, Isaac Redmond, trying to get a good point stay in third. And then the 21 of Angel O'Vera in fourth. The fifth place position goes to Ryan Kendall, Adam Lewis, Ian Canario, Colton Yo, and a few others will round out your top 10 as a pace car heads down pit road. We're going to see the green flag once again here at the halfway point in this race.
Isaac Redmond's looking to capitalize on the fact that the points leader, Alex, is stuck in the middle of the pack, and Redmond is trying to make sure that he can claw back his way through the pack, and here he is sitting in third place, possibly going for the win today.
Yeah, there's a bunch of 3 wide racing, which could be hectic here if 2 people get together. And Bonsignor into the outside wall. That's going to be trouble. A lot of cars are going to get involved here. The 16, Nick Smith, our second place guy in points involved. Hamill with more damage. You see the 51 of Lopez, the 6 of Josh Crash. Friesen with a bit of more damage on his race machine. And you have the 78, I believe, was involved in that one. So our top 3 in points all involved in that crash. And a hectic situation here for big points, guys, as our 4th yellow is out on the day. And your leader is still Kukulon, I believe, as we race back to the line. And yes, it is. And we're going to see if anybody's going to come to pit road, as the pits are open. And the leaders stay out here. And it looks like the guys in the back that got involved. And it looks like Hamill having some problems getting through to pit road, as he's got a hood bent up on his race car, which is blocking his way. But many others with damage coming to pit road here. We're going to see what happened to bring out this 4th caution of the race. Well, here you go. The start of the crash, and it's going to involve the 48 of Eli Bright as well. And you see Madden, the number 24 machine, another guy that's high in points. All top 4 guys in points involved in this one, as this will help Redmond. As you see, the 01 gets slammed into the outside wall, and a bunch of people involved here. You see Boyd in the 14 is involved. You say Trey Wright, who started out front in this one. He's going to sneak his way through this crash, as the 16 of Joseph Simwell gets a bit of damage, and the 8 of Nick Smith is going to get piled into this one. And a lot of drivers on that outside lane have nowhere to go. Josh Crash, Gamer Gaju, Clifton are going to be involved in this one. And hard hits for a lot of guys. It's just a archetype stack up here on the front straightaway here at New Hampshire. And tough situations for guys that are doing really well in points, as this will be a big shakeup for the field and for the points battle.
Just a set of circumstances as Alex Bonsinger, the points leader coming into the day, is wrecked coming out of turn 4, and a major pileup happens behind him with the other 2 championship leaders who were right behind him in the points. Quite possible that Isaac Redmond could capitalize today and possibly take the points lead.
Welcome back here to New Hampshire as we had our 4th yellow of the day. Kukulon will lead the field back to the green once again. Position is key here late in the going, as the 28 of Matt Tuck is second once again. 25 Isaac Redmond. All the guys in front of him in points are having bad days, as Angel Oliveira and Adam Lewis will be your top 5 here in the restart. And a driver we've not seen yet today in the 99 right behind Kendall. That's Mark Davidson in the 99, as we're going to get the field racked up and ready to go once again here for the Lakes Regions 200. Green flag back out in the air.
Isaac Redmond got another stellar start right there, as we see the 21 car of Angel Oliveira trying to make a move, possibly going for second as well, as Matt Tuck and Isaac Redmond went wide through turns 1 and 2. But Matt Tuck was able to hold his line, and he's able to hold second. But Sebastian Kukulon has a big lead coming out of turn 4. Hopefully he can get a few laps under this run.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned that Kukulon is getting out to a nice and comfortable lead here, as Tuck settles in for second. Adam Lewis has made his way to 4th, O'Vera in 3rd, and we might have had some contact on the racetrack, as the 9 of Griffin Lynn was around, and yes, the caution is out once again. And we might not be able to finish this under green if they keep racing the way they are. And racing back to the line here, and added in the outside wall. And Kukulon will lead it back to the line. And we're going to see if anybody decides to come to pit road here. As we have had many cautions in this race, it looked like a 1-car incident, so we're not going to take the time to look back on that. Lynn with troubles here as he falls to the rear of the field from that crash. And we're going to see if we have any. So we're going to see if there's any takers here on this. And it looks like Kukulon is comfortable with the lead, as he will stay on the racetrack. And we will get to the restart here, as some drivers are stacking up here in the back. Kukulon is out front. We're going to get to the green flag and get you back to the action. And we are back here in New Hampshire. We're going to get ready to get rolling here for our 5th restart of the day. I've seen a lot of races, but I have yet to say 5th restart of the day for a series. Been quite an interesting race here at New Hampshire. A little bit of strategy, a little bit of crashing. But hey, that's part of racing, as we are going to see the 42 of Sebastian Kukulon take the green flag here, as we are under 10 to go now. Pace lights are off on the pace car, as Tuck is still in the 2nd position, O'Vera in 3rd, Lewis is 4th, and the 97 of Kendall in 5th. Mark Davidson hanging out in 6th place, and the 25 Isaac Redmond in 7th. Colton Yo and the rest of the field will rack up behind and try to chase Kukulon as the field takes the green flag once again.
42 did not get as good of a restart as he did last time, as we see Oliveira trying to slide his way up the field, and it's going to work as a disadvantage to him and Matt Tuck, as we see Adam Lewis being able to catch up to them, and Adam Lewis might be able to take 2nd place due to that mishap.
Yeah, and Oliveira just dove it in there trying to take that 2nd position. It's going to work for him now, and he needs to get every position he can. But here comes Lewis on the inside as we're checking through the field to make sure nobody is in significant amount of trouble. And it doesn't look like it at the moment. Kukulon, very comfortable with his lead. He has a couple car lengths over 20 of Adam Lewis.
Adam Davidson, who came close to getting his first career victory at Road America, is here in the top 10. Hopefully going to pull off a good finish today. Might not get the victory, but will be able to come home with a finish that he would be proud of.
Yeah, that turn 4 has been a trouble for a lot of drivers, but we still stay green. the 42 of Kukulon. His lead is shrinking as Lewis is trying to run him down for the top spot. Kendall is fighting with Davidson for the 3rd position. O'Hara has dropped to 5th.
Redmond is coming back up through the field. No.
And, oh, man, Davidson gets clipped into the outside wall by the 97. And we stay green at the moment. And if everybody's going to gather it up here. And, yes, we are still green. Hard contact between Kendall and Davidson. They'll lose a lot of positions from that. And 2-car breakaway from the rest of the field. And Kukulon's enjoying this as he only has 1 car to deal with now. Davidson hard into the outside wall after getting clipped by Kendall. Kukulon has set the sights on the victory right now, and he's only got to deal with the 20 of Adam Lewis for the lead, as we had a lot of cars from about 5th on back that are battling for a bunch of positions.
With a handful of laps left as well. Adam Lewis is wanting to set his marks correctly, but Sebastian Kukulon is running very defensively and possibly has this race under his control.
Yeah, and it's his race to lose at the moment. As you see the 20 of Lewis running a lower line, and we're at that point in the race where if we do have a yellow, it will be no more under green, no more laps to run under green, as we'll finish under yellow. So lap number 37 is underway here. And Lewis, he's just trying to find every line he can that can get him closer to the race leader.
But Adam Lewis is losing time. He was a 1/4 of a second back last time. Now he's a 1/3 of a second lap this time around.
Yeah, and he's coming 2-3 to go at the line here. Kukulon having a very comfortable lead as he has enjoyed this part of the race, and he's enjoying what he's seeing right now because if the caution comes out, he wins the race. If it goes green, he has the chance to hold off the 20 for that top spot.
Isaac Redden.
Two has been really strong late in the going. Try to hold off that 20 late in the going to possibly win the first ever race on that fan at Hampshire.
Yeah, and O'Hara, he's sitting back there in the 3rd position. He and Redmond has worked his way up the 4th. And they're basically just seeing if the leaders, something does go wrong with them. They are there to pounce. But it looks like a 2-car show and maybe actually a 1-car show. Because Lewis has not really gained anything on Kukulon, as we are going to see that white flag shining and waving in the air as Kukulon will take it.
An impressive pit strategy move at 2-stop race, picking up the 3rd place after the first caution after he went down pit road, being able to take the lead. The next caution that came out, it worked out perfect for him.
Yeah, and it's going to play into his favor today. 42 is going to round the tight turns of turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Lewis has nothing for him. And off of turn number 4, Sebastian Kukulon will win the Lakes Regions 200 at New Hampshire. And apparently some people couldn't make it, or we had a wreck or something under that final lap. But it doesn't matter because Kukulon, regardless if that caution came out or not, he had the W, and he wins race number 16 on the season. As you see, you're going to come to pit road here, and we're going to see the rest of your finishing order here. As Kukulon, he capitalizes on the win. And Lewis will be 2nd. O'Hara, Redmond, and Seidel round out your top 5. Hoffman, Wright, Tuck, Eli Bright, Nathan Faden. We didn't talk much about him today, but he rounds out into the top 10. Dale Salzman, Mark Davidson, Jake West, Ryan Kendall, who got in a bit of a skirmish with Mark Davidson, who finished 12th, is going to fall down in the running order. Alex Mann will finish 15th in the running of the Lakes Regions 200. And the rest of your finishing order here has a lot of crashes here in this one. It led to drivers like Ian Canario, Cameron Gaju out of this one, as we were not able to catch on those guys that did retire out of the race, but they did get a lot of heavy damage in this one from some pretty big crashes down the front straightaway and out of turn 4. But Once again, congratulations to Sebastian Kukulon for his win here at New Hampshire for race number 16 on the schedule. As time is running out for people to win races. And co-commentators Nathan Stapleton and John Arndt here in the booth with me. Any final thoughts?
Interesting race for sure. We'll have to see if we come back here. A lot of wrecking, but that's just how New Hampshire is in the end here.
Yeah, it was a crazy race, and I don't know why, but it's like every time I'm in the booth where race on that fan's channel, the 42 car ends up winning. This happened earlier in the season, and now Kukulon played a weird, I guess, 2 pit stop strategy, and he was able to haul off Lewis and win once again when I'm in the booth. So I don't know what's up with that, but congrats to Kukulon on it.
Yeah, definitely strategically played and a well-earned victory for Kukulon. And thank you guys for watching this race here on Napa Fan. The next race for the Turkey Hill Series will be at Army Digital. A little bit of super speedway action here in this series. Anybody can win that one, but a lot of trouble for drivers like Garrett Sydnor and guys in the points. So we'll see how everything shapes up for the points battle. I'm Garrett Sydnor in the booth alongside
John Arndt
and Nathan Stapleton.
And we will see you guys for, or whoever will be in the booth for the next one. We'll see you for the running at Army Digital. Congratulations once again to Kukulon, and here are your finished results once again, and your point standings for the Turkey Hill Series.
So transparent you are to me.